first, they'll be put through their paces at Gypsy boot camp in London.
What you're not really doing, in my view, is being yourself. I know you can do it better.
How will the group cope with presenting themselves on camera?
Oh yeah, Pike is this, and Gypsy's that and this and the other.
You're not going to win based on that.
Facing tough questions from journalists.
The prejudice doesn't come from nowhere, does it?
That to me is like somebody throwing me a noose and saying, here, tie that around your neck.
Absolutely.
All while attempting to be as photogenic as possible.
We're going to be looking over his head sort of thing.
Who will fall at the last hurdle before the final?
I'm never going to like you.
What?
With the final of Gypsy and Traveller Face of the Year looming, the chosen few are at London's Paradise Club for some media training.
You have a presentation that you're doing together for the final, and you've got a presentation as well.
TV presentation trainer Glenn is working with Bill, Joe and Georgina and is honing the twins' stage presence for the final.
So, we need to throw you in the deep end now.
Rasheen is eavesdropping to see if she can pick up a few tips.
So, up you come. The aim today is to make a difference and to ensure that they increase in confidence and competence. You up for it?
Yeah, come on.
All right, when they stand up in that final to give them the best possible chance of success. Off you go.
I'm Joe Smith, this is my twin brother Bill, and we want to get into the media, so our dream is to become actors or even presenters. What we want to do, our main goal, is to give some positive feedback on the Gypsy community, because there's a lot of negative in the media and in the press about Gypsies and travellers. Oh yeah, Pike is this, and Gypsy's that and this and the other. So along my journey, obviously my passion is to be an actor, but also spread the word that there's positive travellers out there. And at the end of the day, like they always say, what do I always say? I don't know.
All right, we'll leave it there. Well done, well done. All right, have a seat. As far as Bill and Joe were concerned today, I was warned before I met them that they could be a bit of a handful, but actually I found them a great bunch of boys, and they listened and they took everything on board. You've both got it. I've met you, you've got personalities. The problem is we're not seeing that personality there. What you were both doing was you were almost standing in a nervous way. You were kind of doing this and this, and when you got more nervous, it looked shifty. That's not how you talk normally.
Yeah, like that.
It looked dodgy. Definitely got bags of promise. They're good looking, they sound good, they're cheeky, and I think the girls will like them. Georgina, up you go.
As the boot camp intensifies in London, it's newlywed Georgina Cannon who's about to face the camera.
To represent my culture.
At 18, she's proud of her Gypsy heritage, but is determined not to become chained to the kitchen sink.
I want to be able to be a presenter, to present my culture in my own way.
Her ambition is to be the spokesperson for a new generation of Gypsy women.
I mean, we can't blame the Gorges for thinking us being bad, because they're seeing all this bad stuff, they haven't seen no good stuff yet. So I want to get some good stuff of the travellers out on there.
Right, do you want to win tomorrow? Yes. You're not going to win based on that, both just done. Frankly. Now, you've both got potential, definitely, and I'm not just saying that to be nice.
Why do I like being a traveller? Well, one is damn good looking. Two, you get to travel around, you get to see loads of stuff.
Smile.
You get to see amazing people. And I've met a lot of women, so... Not much higher. I was there, but now I'm up there, winning this final. And I'm just a bit taller, because you're shorter than me. He's a bit,
Yeah, great to meet you, yeah. Best of luck.
With their time over, the twins and Georgina move on. It's now time for Glenn's next group.
Welcome, lovely to see you. I know you.
James is anxious, Martin's excited, but Clarice is just puzzled.
Your delivery and your performance for the final that you're doing shortly.
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
Well, I wasn't told that we had to plan anything. I came to do what they wanted me to do, but I didn't know we had to do something like, give a speech or plan something. I mean, I've had over a week to plan it. Now you're telling me it's 2 minutes' time. But I will do it.
Clarice's lack of preparation is testing comedian Martin's sense of humour.
I don't understand the logic behind somebody complaining, saying that, oh, I'm unprepared. Of course you're prepared. Why are you here?
We need you to be exactly the person you are when you come to the stage. All the questions that we asked you, you need to incorporate it into what you're going to say.
So there's no questions tomorrow?
There's no questions tomorrow. It's all about what travelling life is.
And what about this? And I didn't know that, and I didn't know this. You did know. We all knew. I've probably got one of the hardest things to do. I've got to go up and make every guy in the place laugh. and they're all going to hate me. Nobody knows me there. They're all going to be supporting all the English crowd. And here's this big fat guy going to come up and start telling jokes, and they're all worried about themselves.
Martin's stage name is Beans, but just before his performance, he's hardly full of them.
I don't know, it took so much time, and I don't know, maybe I'm being too bitchy.
So, Martin, you are doing almost like a stand-up routine, is that right?
Not really, no. Okay. I think I stand a good chance of winning, yes, primarily because I think I'm a little bit more prepared than some of the people here. You see, I have to incorporate what I'm about while trying to be comical at the same time. Maybe because I'm backing it up with a bit of a talent as well. And I'm currently the only Irish traveller stand-up comedian. And the name Beans came from, I suppose, about 1,000 different nicknames, and the fact that I look like a bean doesn't really help the situation. It's unique and it's a fresh of breath air, really. In Ireland it's quite strange because the only time you'd ever see a traveller on TV was either with Crime Watch or Rogue Traders. There's this perception on travellers that they're rough and they can't take a joke or whatever. I'm here to prove that we can, you know, so yeah, I think I stand a good chance. I said gorgeous. I said I'd never use the word gorgeous. I said not to describe you. He said it's too closely linked to the word gorgeous, and that is totally wrong. I said, because looking at you, you're not like that. And he usually gets a bit of a laugh, but...
Not this time.
No, not this time, because...
I'm laughing.
Thank you very much for having me on stage.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well done. Brilliant, well done. Martin will be a much more effective comic. He'll be funnier, more confident. What was happening was he was coming out and he was almost, by his demeanour, he was saying to the audience, you might not find this funny, which, from a comic's point of view, is not a good idea.
I focused a lot less on the actual comedy.
And if he comes out acting like it's maybe hit or miss, that will be how they'll perceive it from the start. Apologising for being up there in your demeanour, the way you were standing and moving. That time, because you were standing more strong.
Sorry, please. I'm actually trying to... This is really important what you're saying to me.
Sorry.
It's hard to understand when you talk in the background.
Sorry.
A lot of people just don't know how to act around media. They don't know how to, you know, grasp what's going on, and then talking when you shouldn't be talking. You know, that, it just shows you off to be so unprofessional. Like, why on earth would you want to be getting involved in media if you can't grasp the little basics?
He's very good with his words, isn't he? He's got very good vocabulary.
He's a good talker and he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, he seems to speak up quickly.
But then I find he doesn't mean to do it. It's because he's got a lot of knowledge. It's a little bit evasive. He doesn't mean to be evasive.
I don't really have huge aspirations to become a massive stand-up comic.
You know, but for a young person, he's okay, yeah.
And he's not a nice guy.
As much as I like the two people that was in my group, I don't feel that they would be able to handle the media properly.
People don't employ presenters, they employ personalities.
It's James's turn next, and with a dream to be a kids' TV presenter, he needs to produce a killer performance.
Yeah, the whole Shazam, wham.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for,
It's
James.
interesting.
Just be a bit like me.
Be a bit like,
Break your toe, can't turn up late, wallop, you've got it.
Exactly. So, up here for us.
I think it's made me realise how scared I am, really.
Stand by, you're fine.
Because there are other contestants that each and every one of us here today is equally good enough to win this competition. What I'd love to do more than anything is become a children's TV presenter. I love working with children. With my little pony, I go round and I perform at birthday parties.
Without his friend Harley the horse, will James canter through his routine with ease?
And, completely lost my flow.
It's all right. At the moment, you're trying to make it too polished, too good. You don't need to think.
It's really strange, actually, not to have my pony beside me, because everything that I've done so far, like for kind of TV work, is he's been there, and I've had to worry about him more than anything, and now it's all about me. It's a more nerve-wracking experience.
All right, you can do it, James. Come on.
I'm from a village in Sorry.
So now you're trying too hard. You're thinking about it. You were in the zone then, and then all of a sudden you started thinking, I can't be this good, and then you started thinking too hard about it.
What I'd like to say is, I'm never going to give up on my dreams of becoming a children's TV presenter, and I just want everyone to know that no matter how hard things may be, just keep chasing your dreams, and then one day, maybe today's my day, but one day you will get there.
Good, all right, well done. Well done,
James has turned it round.
honestly, it was all right.
Or not.
It wasn't the real you. You, having met you, can do a whole lot better than that, and you can do it quickly like that. And what I'm hoping to show you is that by being yourself, the whole thing is a lot easier, a lot slicker, it'll feel right, and more importantly, you're much more likely to get a job and potentially even win the competition.
I've learnt loads actually today, and I've been doing TV for a little while, but I seriously have learnt loads of stuff. So I'll leave them with you anyway, and thanks for letting me sit in.
Thank you very much, Jen. No worries, no
See you
worries
later.
at all.
I'm going to hop along.
But the finals now, it's not about questions, it's about what you feel you can do and make a change.
We need to stand up and be counted. We need to let people know that we're not animals, that they could treat us they wanted
And they're
to.
standing on their own now, there's no more questions and answers.
We're human beings and we need to be treated like human beings, that's all we're asking.
Good, well done.
It's about what they can do and how they're going to, you know, stand there in front of everybody and hold themselves together and be that strong person. Can they do it? Can they not? There are a few people here I know that can't.
Was it useful?
Yeah. Most
But there are people here today I know that can.
My fingers crossed for you at the final, the very, very best.
So it's going to be really, really interesting and quite exciting.
I think win or lose, it's going to be something I'm going to carry through with any other work I do within the media.
But in the eyes of the judges, who's done enough today to become the Gypsy and Traveller Face of the Year?
Your Bill, twins.
The person that probably deserves to win the competition would be Billy.
We've got no rights, we've got no say. No one will take any notice to anything we say.
Purely because of the work that he's clearly put in raising Travellers' issues.
We don't want more than anybody else. We only want the same as everybody else.
Having said that, each of them in their own special way could be a very effective face of the community.
And that's it, it's bottom line. At the end of the day, it's just Jesus walking on top of water.
I think the twins will win purely because they're full of confidence and they're completely comfortable in front of the camera.
I know nearly everyone through the village, and they love me and my brother. They love us, and it ain't Travellers.
You say you're Romany and you want to remain in that bit of society.
No, I didn't say that, so don't worry. I'm ready for you. I'm going to try anyway.
Any one of the contestants, to be honest, could do it. I think they've all got amazing strengths and they've just got different weaknesses. It's all up in the air, really.
And now we would just like the lovely David Essex to announce the male winner of Gypsy and Traveller 2012.
Real tough choice. Everybody was brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. I've enjoyed tonight very much, and I've heard words of wisdom, many stories that have touched me. We've decided between us that the Gypsy and Traveller Face of the Year will be the handsome Billy Welsh.
Never too old, Billy.